Hello you South Sea greenhouse people, this is Sue. I'm going to make a little video here to show you how to get onto, how to log into and how to put up a blog post on our site. So here we go. First place you need to be is actually on the South Sea Greenhouse website. Up here in the bar, the URL bar here, you don't want to be highlighting that. What you want to do is add to the end of the URL a /, and as you can see my computer knows it already, wp-admin. That's WP for WordPress -admin. Click return and that will take you through to the login page. Now I sent you through by email your username and password a while ago. If you weren't included in that and you need or want to get on and add blog posts or something to the site, please give me a shout and I'll sort you out access. So I'm going to put in my username, which is admin and very dull. I'm going to put in my password. Click login. It asks me if it wants to remember it every time, and I do, but hey. Okay, that drops you onto the dashboard. Now, don't worry about all of this content here. The main thing that you need to concern yourselves with are just a few of the items over here. Today we're going to be talking about posts, how to add a blog post, media, how to add a picture to the media library so that you've got it available to put into blog posts, and we'll get to pages, comments and some items of appearance in another video. But today we're just going to concentrate on posts and media. So if you click on posts, it will bring up a page that shows you all of the blog posts that we've got in place at the moment. Now you probably just want to add a new post, so click on add new over here and it brings you up add new post. Now in the background here I've got a Word document which Sue sent me, which I'm going to add as a blog post. Now you need a title. There's no title on here because it was a news article, so you need to think of a nice clear, easily searchable, relevant title. Now what I'm going to do is pinch this little line down here, what do you plan to grow this year? Copy that, and it's already clicked into the title there. Paste it into there. Pop back to the Word document and pick up everything else. Copy it. Click into the body of the post here. Paste it in. Yep, that happened before. Lots of little spaces that I need to take out, but that's quite quick and easy to do. Lots of backspacing. I'll finish that off in a moment. So here we are up at the top. Now in this particular instance nobody knows who Sue is if they're reading the blog for the first time, so let's put Sue Stokes because that makes it clear. The formatting of all the text here goes on here. Again, this looks much more complex than you need. I don't touch most of this. Simply you've got bold, italic, strike through, whoever uses that, I don't. Bullets here, lots of alignment here that you can use, underlining. This will colour the text for you. That's probably all you need to worry about. Under here, these are the set formats, the set text styles for our site. Most of this will be paragraph. So what you want at the top, you've got your main heading up here, but you need to maybe, I always give the first little paragraph a little bit of added strength, so maybe let's go for heading 2. That may be too big, you might want to change it. And let's change the colour of it as well. If you click on this here, it brings up a little palette. Now you can create more colours if you want to, but I'm not going to do that at the moment. I'm just going to select this nice little olive green. There you go. Now excuse me for a moment while I just take out these extra spaces. Doesn't take very long. Now bear in mind that if you're pasting something in from another source, this is a press article, there may be parts of it that are not necessarily relevant. As here particularly we've got, you know, visit our website. No, we don't need to do that, we're actually on the website, so let's take that out. Also, because this was written a little while ago, it says is about to cultivate a piece of unused land. I'm going to put which has begun. to cultivate a piece of unused land. That's good. Send us your gardening tips or stories. Check the website for our garden updates. Let's get rid of that because they're on the website already. What do you plan to grow this year? Let's just make that bold. Try to pump out little highlights, little subheadings, so that it makes it nice and easy to read. That, a few resolutions. Let's make that, say, heading 4. And what I'm going to do is just highlight these and make them bold so that they stand out. These little headings here. Compost it. Right. Okay, that'll do for the time being. One of the other things you need to do is categorize. Over here you have categories. What it does, it means that we can, for all the different categories that we're going to write about in the blog, as you can see, it could be about cooperatives, it could be something to do with one of our events, it could be about one of the crafters, produce. These are the different categories that we've created so far. You can add new categories if you want to. I'm going to put this under Market Garden, so that's the category I'm going to choose for this one. Right, now, and again, there's all sorts of stuff underneath. Don't worry about that. If it needs to be filled in, I'll take care of it. Over here we have the publish window. If you're not sure about what you've written so far, then you can save it as a draft and publish it later, or you can publish it immediately by hitting the publish button. Now, you want to see what that looks like so far. So what I always do is I work with an extra tab open with the site on it, and I've already done this once, as you can see. I've got rid of it and now I'll put it back. So there we go on our blog. I'll be honest with you, this is too big. I think it's a little bit too big. It's just, yeah, everything else looks fine on here, but I think that's a bit too big. So what you can do now is you can hop back to the post. What did I make this? Heading 2. Too much. Let's go for heading 3. Click. There's an extra space down here that we don't need. Let's get rid of that. Update that again. Basically what this demonstrates is that you can tweak and adjust and amend it as much as you need to get it to look right. You click back here. Right, there you go, that's better. Refresh your page. If you just go back, obviously you're going to see what you were looking at before. If you refresh the page, it will show the alterations that you've just made. That, I think, looks fine, except it's a bit dull because there's no picture. So the next thing that you need to do is upload a picture to the media library. So if you click on media, this is updated, so you don't need to worry about clicking away from that now. Right, this is the media library. This is where all of the pictures that we have on the site, plus a few extras, all of the video, all of the PDFs, any kind of media really lives in the media library so that you can get at it and include it on pages or in posts. If you want to upload a new image, what you need to do is click on Add New. You have two options here. You can either browse for it by clicking Select Files, or you can drag and drop it in there. Now I've got a picture on the desktop here, Flower. I thought that was an original title, but say if you click on Select Files, it brings up this little window here. You can find it, click Flower, open, and what it does is it gives you a little summary of your picture down here. Now there's things like alternate text, caption, description, which we'll deal with when we've put it into the actual post. So save all changes down here, and what that does, that means that your flower picture is now actually in your media library. Go back to posts, back up over here, go back to posts. Now what you can see on the list of posts is that the new one that you've just put in is included. So if you want to edit it, click over it and it will bring it up for you. There we go. Right, now I want to put this picture in, I think, at the beginning of the post. So put the cursor where you want it to start and then click on the Add Media up there. Brings up this window. it's in the media library. You do have the option to insert it straight from the computer, but I just have a habit of always popping it into the media library first of all. So click media library. There's the flower. You want to click on show. And this is where we need to get into this bit here. The alternate text. If you hover over a picture, a little flag should pop up with some words describing what the picture is. That's important for people who are blind or partially sighted and who use screen readers to access websites, because basically the screen reader is a mechanical device. It just reads all of the text, and when it comes to a picture, if it says nothing, it will ignore it, or it might just say picture. Obviously, if you're blind, if it's a relevant picture, if it's important to the text, then you'll want it described to you. You'll want to know what the picture is. In this particular instance, because this is purely decorative, it's not so important. But nevertheless, for completeness, put something like a picture of a flower. And I usually duplicate the alternate text into the description unless there's a specific reason to make the description more complex. Now, link URL. Now, what you don't want to happen is when you're live on the website, you don't want to be able to click the picture and go somewhere. That it's not there for that purpose. So if you take out this link URL, that means that you won't have a clickable picture. Don't worry about anything other than that. We're going to align this over on the left, which means it's going to be on this side of the blog post. And in this instance, I'm going to go for medium. I think that's probably, it doesn't need to dominate, it's purely a decorative device. So once you're happy with all of that, click Insert into Post, and there it is. Now, it's important to understand that what you're seeing here doesn't actually bear much of a resemblance, well, a vague resemblance maybe, to what you're going to see in the finished post. All the text butts up against the picture. It won't do that when you go and have a look at it. So the first thing to do here is to update this over here on the published piece. Click update, and when it's done it, which it has now, pop back over to the site and refresh the screen. Lo and behold, there you go. There's your picture, and as you can see, it does not bear that much resemblance. Now, I'm a little unhappy about this spacing here. If this is something that you've written, you do have the option, obviously, to edit it down to make it fit more tidily. But in this instance, let's not worry. One thing I think might work would be to turn over Better Still, Grow Your Own. So if we pop back in here and just turn that over, update it again. As you can see, it's very easy to make alts and changes so that you can get it just right. Refresh that. There you go. And there it is. There's your blog post. So, you know now how to put up a blog post, how to manipulate it and how to format it, and how to upload a picture to the media library, and how to pop it into a blog post. Hopefully that's all covered. I hope it's nice and clear. Any questions, please call me. But in the meantime, I'll close this one now, and I'll start another one in a minute to show you how to manipulate some of the pages being these things here, which are static and not part of the blog. Okay, I hope that's some help. Cheers.